بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله أصحابه ومن والاه رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. Once again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Barakallahu feekum, dear students, for attending, and especially those that joined on time. Barakallahu feekum again. La'alakum bi khair. I hope you are all well. Today we will continue with lesson 13, Ismul Mushtaq, or derived noun, part 2. I'm hoping to conclude today, inshallah. We have quite a few examples to go through, and we'll just quickly recap what we touched on last lesson, inshallah. And if there's opportunity, we may be able to move on to the next lesson. But I would like to also just cover some Quranic examples as well as part of this. But nonetheless, before we do conclude, we'll try to make it interactive and see if there is any questions or clarification required, because this is an important topic. I want to ensure everyone has understood. One part of this lesson does require some memorization. So I wanted to ask before we go further if I can see a raise of hands to see who has memorized the table with the Ismul Mushtaq. If you can just raise your hand, that will allow me to see how many have done that. And what we want to ask you to do, because this is not the first time, in part 1, we wanted you to memorize just the categories, the 7 Ismul Mushtaq. We wanted you to also memorize the pattern and meaning. So, mashallah, Sister Nuriza, Jazakallah khair. I see. I think at least you've memorized the categories. And feel free to put in the chat as well. It helps us understand where you are. And we can adjust the lesson accordingly. And the reason I say that, I don't want to rush into the next lesson if we're not strong on this in this lesson, otherwise we'll have some challenges later on. So yeah, if you had any issues, please do let us know. So one more time, let me try this then. I don't see many hands. How many have memorized the categories at least? If you can raise your hands. And what I mean by that is the Ismul Fa'il, Ismul Maf'ul, Ismul Dharf, etc. Okay, alhamdulillah. So 3, 4, alhamdulillah. I think Sister Nurjan, you had your hand raised earlier, and I'll include you as well. Yes. Most of you, alhamdulillah. I know Sister Sanik is away at the moment. So Sister Roshanar, have you been able to as well? If you're there. She's listening. Okay, if you can just put it in the chat, alhamdulillah, good. All right, yes, that's so you respond. Okay, that's good, alhamdulillah. So I think everyone has that. Okay, so can I take it from that then the meaning isn't understood, or the examples? You can remove your hand, because then we can focus on that. At least you've got the headings, as in the titles. That's the basic, because that's from part 1. And then we can spend some time making sure, you know the examples for each one. Let's see again, who's memorized the pattern for each category and meaning? And what I mean is, again, the meaning can be in your own words. For example, if we say Ism Tafdil, I think in the text we put superlative or something like that. It doesn't, have to. If you say comparison to a greater meaning, it's to a greater degree in your own words. As long as you understand the meaning, that's what's important. Okay, Zakla Khair says no Roshanara. Some of them, but not fully. That's useful. Okay, looks like not everyone has it. Okay, Sister Selena has. Feel free to, there's only a few of us, so feel free to open your mic and talk, you know. Okay, Sister Nurjan also said practice, but not fully. Okay, in that case, that's what we'll do today. Let's start with that, inshallah, because that's quite important. And that was where we stopped last week. And that was the task Dr. Mahmoud set as well. So before I do go into that, forgive me for saying this, but it's really important homework like this is done, otherwise it sets us back. And I'm sure you'd appreciate, we expect you to do this in your own time and not take valuable class time, because it's a matter of spending, not much, maybe 20 minutes of your time repeating. We even said just writing it down. So, because what we'll be doing now is just same thing what you would be doing in your own time. But let's start anyway. So, my only request is that going forward, please try and make some time, inshallah, to complete it. So let's start. So as we most of you have said, I think nearly all of you know the categories: اسم الفاعل, اسم مفعول, اسم الظرف, اسم الآلة, تفضيل, شبه مشبهة, and مبالغة. So you're aware of these. Now, to make this interactive, I'm going to ask each of you to, for the fa'il, the pattern, for the maf'ul, the pattern. Again, that these two are easy. And then the others, just slight differences if you can read them out. And we'll do that, each of you. And I'm going to make you do this because you haven't done the homework, so you'll have to bear with me. First, if I can ask Sister Fawzia. Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
How you doing, Sister Fawzia?
Fine.
Alhamdulillah. So yeah, if you can do, do you want to do without looking? I know some of you've done some. Do you want to have a go without looking, or would you like to do it by looking?
Without looking at
Oh, mashallah, good. Okay, let me scroll it here. So go for it. For each category, if you can tell us the patterns.
اسم فاعل اسم مفعول اسم الزمان والمكان اسم الأعلى اسم التفضيل صفات مشبهة اسم مبالغة. Now I'm explaining.
Yes.
اسم فاعل is subject not time frame is dual, so the non-specific. اسم فاعل. اسم مفعول is object action is مفعول pattern is مفعول مفاعل is pattern. اسم الزمان or اسم الظرف اسم الزمان or مكان is the pattern is مفعول. And اسم الآلة is instrument or tools is
Yep.
the pattern is مفعال or مفعلة. مسجد مشرق and less common is مفعل مطبخ مدخل. Yeah.
Okay.
اسم لا no,
No,
mixed up, yes.
yeah, so Ismul Ala is
لا is
Mif'alun,
مفعال, yeah.
and less common is
مفتاح
Mif'alatun.
مقدار,
Yes.
yes. اسم التفضيل is comparative super and superlative. Is example is أفعال pattern and فعل pattern. And صفات مشبهة is similarity but longevity is pattern is فعيل.
Yes.
نصير كريم is
Yep.
اسمه
Mubalagha.
اسم مبالغة is hyperbolic or intensive is pattern is فعال غفار غفور ملك.
Yeah, mashallah. Good. So I'm just gonna touch on. I know it was a mistake, but for dharf, ismu dharf is maf'ilun, because I think you gave that the examples for for another one.
Allah.
So yes, yeah. So masjidun, mashriqun, maghribun, that's mif'alun pattern. But the less common one, you mentioned matbaqun, if I remember correctly, that's the maf'alun pattern. That's the less common one, but that's under dharf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
good.
I know I mistake some.
No, that's fine. And we do say by making mistake we learn. So this is an important part of learning. So don't worry, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. We'll come back, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Let's go to Ustad Aisha. Do you want to have a go?
Not now, Ustad.
Okay, I'll come back, inshallah. Sister Nada. Assalamu alaikum. كيف حالك Sister Nada?
وعليكم السلام. I'm fine الحمد لله.
الحمد
كيف
لله.
حالك يا أستاذ؟
الحمد لله أنا بخير.
الحمد
جزاك الله خير.
لله.
So if you can go do each of them, meaning if you can, and if you get stuck, Donna will help you.
I think it's very hard. This is like explaining something. I'm not very.
Okay, I'll put it on the screen then. Can you see that?
Yeah, okay, I can see the screen.
Yeah.
There
you go.
So I should start from ism file, of course.
Naam, yes.
Yes. So we
So
said
why don't you do the for each of the categories of ism mustaq, like fa'il, the pattern, is obviously fa'ilun, right? And then what it means in your words to make it easy for you.
ism file, it's the name of the person who is doing the action.
No, to keep it simple, the doer or the subject.
Yeah, the doer of the subject. Ism maf'ul, it's the object where the action falls upon.
No.
Ism zaman and ism makan, these are, how do I say? I don't know.
That falls under ism dharf.
Yeah, ism dharf, but what are these in English now? Subhanallah. We have to learn even English now.
Well, you think about it, was zaman and makan. It's about time or place.
Yeah, they are isms, nouns, which express a place or time.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Yeah, ism ala. Ism ala, it's an ism, a noun, which it might be expressing tools or instruments.
No.
Ism tafdil, that is the comparative and superlative form of Arabic language. Sigatu mushabbaha. This express the similarity, or it was another thing, but I forgot it. You corrected me last time.
Yeah, similarity, but expressing duration.
Yes, duration. Yes, this was the word I forgot. And ism mubalagha. It is like the metaphoric expression we use. How do I say?
Say in your own words. So when you think of mubalagha, what do you think? Especially
because it's
Allah's
the
name.
science of balagha, which is the most widest. But how do I?
The intensity. Does that help?
Yes, intensity. Yeah.
Is there another word you use to convey the same meaning?
It is, but what it is? What is
no,
it?
I'm just saying for you. I'm trying to help you remember. That's all. Okay, if you can remember intensity, use that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Expressing intensity.
Yeah. So we'll come back to these two in a bit. Now the patterns.
The patterns. So the pattern of ism file, it's fa'ilun, fa'ilun, and Should I the other patterns too?
No,
مفاعل.
not for the ones in red are the most important.
Yeah, فاعل. اسم مفعول it's مفعول. اسم زمان and اسم مكاني it's مفعول and مفيل.
Yeah.
اسم أعلى it's مفعل and مفعلة. And اسم تبديل is always in the pattern of أفعل and فula. Yes, for feminine, I think. And اسم مشبهة.
صفة
Yeah,
مشبهة.
صفة is فاعل.
فعيل.
فعيل. Yeah, I
like
have
رحيم.
problem with
Okay.
this عين. And اسم مبالغة. I think it was in different forms. I'm not sure.
Again,
so
فعيل is the most common one. رحمن جبار. Oh, sorry. فعيل فعال, like that. Okay.
Okay, فعيل فعال.
فعال, like
غفار.
and
Yeah,
exactly.
رحيم. Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we give these examples to help you remember. Okay. Now, what's the difference between صفة مشبهة and اسم المبالغة?
The difference,
نعم.
the structure maybe,
In
or
the meaning.
in the meaning.
No. You have to remember this because we've said this many times.
I forgot completely. Maybe I'm not very concentrated today.
صفة مشبهة, what did we say? Is فعيل, and in terms of the meaning, it's similarity, but
It's just like صفة يعني.
نعم, but what quality? If it's صفة, because we know there's other موصوف صفة, right? Because it's not just صفة. We can't say it's just صفة. Then this is important, because if you just say صفة, you're actually reducing the meaning, and this is important. For example, if we say rahimun, and we're saying that is sifatun mushabbaha, and rahimun is one of Allah's attributes, and you're just saying it's just sifa, then rahimun is someone who's just merciful, simple as that.
Okay, can I just add something, Ustad?
Yeah.
All ismul mushtaqs, by default, they're all sifat. So, which sifat, how is it different to other sifats? That's
Yeah,
the part.
because one sifa expresses quality, one expresses colors, one expresses.
No, that is module 1. That is module 1 knowledge. We are on module 2. We are learning sifat advanced, alhamdulillah. Okay, so this is not module 1, color, that is beginners. Quality, no, it's more than that, inshallah, you just keep focus and you will get it, no worry. Yeah.
Inshallah, Jazakallah khair.
So, yeah, just for your benefit, I want you to try and remember this. When we talk about sifatun mushabbaha, we're talking about similarity, but that has, in the meaning, is duration. So when we say Rahimun, and we'll see examples later, is Allah is always forgiving. Duration, longevity. Does that make sense? Sifa, when we say for this sifa is and longevity, the duration, Allah is always merciful. Okay, that's why when I said you're reducing the meaning, because if you just say simple sifa, then it's just merciful. That's it. But with this particular quality, this sifa is longevity, the duration. Allah is always merciful. That's the key. Whereas mubalagha, if you say rahimun, the meaning would be intensity. Fa'ilun. The fa'ilun pattern is in both mushabbaha and mubalagha, but the meaning in mubalagha is intensity. Like if you say most merciful, intensity. Okay, so that's the key point I want you to take away. Okay, let's go to someone else. But in the meantime, Sister Nada, if you wouldn't mind just repeating these, because what we don't want to do is find that we haven't learned these after today's lesson. So the patterns, اسمه for the fa'il, maf'ul, etc. The patterns fa'il, maf'ulun, and for ظرف maf'alun, mif'alun, etc. The patterns, and then you were weak on meanings for صفة مشبهة مبالغة. Focus on those in the meantime, please, while we continue the class. جزاك الله خير. Okay, next I will go to Sister Lubna. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam.
How are you doing, Sister Lubna?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think you joined a little bit late. I was asking the students earlier on, have you memorized the categories for Ism al-Mushtaq?
Ism al-Fa'il, Ism al-Maf'ul.
Yeah,
That's
have you?
one. Okay.
Have you done? Have you memorized the meanings?
What do you mean? Yeah, I have some idea.
Okay.
Some Ism al-Fa'il is like fa'il, mafa'ilun, and maf'ilun, as it says, so it's like a subject, no time frame. And Ism al-Maf'ul is maf'ulun, mafa'ilun, maf'alun is object, on which the action is done. And Ism al-Zaman is maf'alun, maf'ilun, so indicating like time and place. And then Ism al-Ala is like tools and instrument. Ism al-Tabdil is comparative and
So for Ism al-Ala, what are the patterns?
it's maf'alun and mif'alatun.
And mif'alun and mif'alatun.
Yeah.
Because ala is tools and instruments, so
Yeah.
so miftahun, mizanun,
Yeah.
like that, yeah? That
Yeah.
pattern. Mif'alun.
Mizanun, miratun.
Yes, that's right, yes, good. And
Yeah.
next, tafdil.
Is tabdil af'alun fa'alatun. It's comparative and superlative.
Yeah.
And
I may have misheard and heard, but it's af'alu, not af'alun. Because like akbaru, okay?
yeah, af'alu.
No.
Yeah. And then ism mushabbaha is fa'ilun. It's like it's an intransitive, and it's like similarity and longevity.
Mm.
And ism al-mubaligha is fa'ilun fa'alun. It's like rahmanun rahimun. It's hyperbolic and intensity. Intense.
Can you give me, for sifatu mushabbaha, can you give me an example and the meaning of the example?
Sifatul mushabbaha, rahimun, karimun.
The meaning of those?
Rahim is merciful for longer period of time, unlimited. Rahim.
Yes, so you
and Kareem is also unlimited karam.
So you'd say always merciful, exactly.
Always.
It's the time part that we need to emphasize, yeah?
Yeah, unlimited.
Okay. And for Ismul Mubalagha, if you can give me an example and how a translation of the example.
It's like Rahmanun, Ghaffarun, and also Rahimun too, because it shows intensity. Ghafurun.
And so for Rahmanu and I think Jabbarun, you said, what would be the translation?
Rahman is kind and merciful. I mean, Rahman and Rahim, they're almost same meaning. And Jabbarun is I'm kind of forgetting him, but Jabbarun is like more stronger.
Yeah. So the key point I'm trying to make here, because it's mubalagha, there's hyperbolic, right? It's intensity. So that's the key part you need to convey. Like
Yeah.
Here you'd be most merciful or most powerful as an example.
Yeah.
That's the key part. Yeah. All right, good.
Okay.
Jazakallah khair.
Okay.
If you're with I think it was ظرف اسمه ظرف.
Reserve.
Just
Yeah.
remember
It's
both
like masjid and Mashriq and Maghrib.
good.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but remember, it's under اسم ظرف comes zaman and makan. Just remember
Yeah.
that.
Makan,
And
yeah.
مفعل
Yeah.
مفعل is there too. Okay, good. Well done. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah. Yeah.
All right. Yes, Sister Nurjan. Yes, not all of the with the ones in red are the ones that you should focus on. If you've already done it and you can learn the others, that'll be useful. But minimum is the ones in red you need to memorize. Okay, that's the patterns for each one. So I hope that answers the question, Sister Nurjan. Let's go to next person, Sister Rushnara. I don't know if you're able to speak. I think I saw a message earlier on. You may not be able to speak. If not, I can come back to you, inshallah. Okay. Sister Fazana, I just saw your message. She's coming back. Sanika, are you able to speak? Trying to keep on top of the messages as well.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah.
Good. Tell me, have you memorized the patterns with meaning?
I tried, but I keep getting confused between them.
Okay. Don't have a go without looking.
I think I need to look.
You want to look, yeah? All right, go for it. Let's whatever you can do. I think the first two you know, right? You don't need to look.
Yes.
Yeah. And let me just start and do as much as you can. If you need to look, you can look.
Okay. So ismu fa'il is subject and the pattern is fa'ilun.
Yep.
It doesn't have a time frame. And then it is maf'ul as maf'ulun as pattern and it's an object. Ismu zarf, the ismu zaman wal makan is indicating time and place. And the pattern is maf'alun and maf'ilun.
Yep.
Then ismul ala is pattern is mif'alun and mif'alatun is tools or instrument. The ismu tafdil is pattern is afalu and forla.
Yep.
Is comparative and superlative. Then sifa mushabba is fa'ilun, similarity but longevity. And then ismu mubalagha is hyperbolic or intensive or like exaggerated. And the pattern is like fa'ilun, fa'alun, rahmanun, ghaffarun, ghafurun, rahimun, and malikun.
Okay. So for ismu tafdil, can you give an example and the meaning to see if you've understood? We'll go for examples later, but I just want to see if you've understood.
My vocabulary range isn't that wide. So.
We have gone through, don't worry, that's fine. I'll give you a simple, tafdil, what does it mean actually first? What does it mean to you?
Tafdil is like
so it's a comparison. That's but there's an additional element to it.
like the superior.
Yes, superior. Good. So when we're comparing, so for, when we say akbaru, for example, then it's greater, right?
Yes.
So it's not just like for like comparison. When you're the comparison, one is greater. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what you need to remember. Like we will go through examples, but I want to make sure that at this stage we get the meaning. So for sifat mushabbah, can you give an example and with meaning?
صفات عظيم. It's like great, but continuously great. So it's like great
Okay.
all the time.
Azim, I'm trying to think if that falls under mushabbaha. The pattern is fa'ilun, so it falls in that pattern because
Is
so
it azimun, Ustad?
azimun, yeah,
It can be. Always great, yeah.
yeah. Okay, jazakallah khair.
Can be.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Okay, and next one, Sanika. Mubalagha. An example.
مبالغة ب- رحمن,
Hmm.
the most merciful.
Good. Yes. So, and when you say most merciful, is that long? Is that duration?
No.
Good. So, then what would it mean by it? It's intensity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So it's often we'll say like all powerful, all wise, etc. Right? It's intensity or most wise, most powerful, etc. That's the key point I'm trying to get across. Because when we read in the Quran, there's a reason that Allah uses certain sifa, and it gives a richness to the meaning, which is why we're learning this. And there's wisdom to why Allah uses certain sifa due to the context, which is why we're studying this. So sometimes it'll be longevity, sometimes it'll be intensity. Okay, so yeah, if you keep on following when others are doing it, so it'll help you remember, inshallah. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Sister Selena, I think you're next. Assalamu alaikum.
Salam. I don't have it in my head, but I can say it if that's okay with you.
Yep.
Okay, so patterns of Ismul Mushtaq, there's 7 of them. Number 1 is Ismul Fa'il, 2 Ismul Maf'ul, 3 Ismul Makan, Zaman,
So
Ismul
the third one, it comes under the category Ismul Dharf. So when Dr.
sorry.
Mahmoud was asking us to memorize it, so there's in terms of the headings is Fa'il Maf'ul Dharf Ala Taftil Sifatu Mushabbaha Mubalagha. That's the
Fa'il,
easy.
Maf'ul, Zarf, Ala,
Yes.
Tafdil, Mushabbaha,
Mubalagha.
Mubalagha.
Yeah.
And then we've got Ismul Fa'il is subject, no time frame, so it's the doer. And the example is Fa'ilun. And Ismul Maf'ul is the object with action. And the example is Maf'ulun. And Zarf, Ismul Zarf is time. Example, Zarf meaning time and place. Example of time is maf'alun, and the place example is maf'ilun.
Yep.
And for Ismul Ala, it's tools and instrument. And the example, there's 2 examples that we need to learn is mif'alun
Yep.
and mif'alatun.
Yes.
For tafdil, ismul tafdil is comparative and superlative, and the examples of that, again, there's two that we need to learn: af'alu and fu'ala.
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 So for ismu tafdil, what does it mean to you when you in your own words? Is there a way easily for you to remember it?
So it's comparative, so persecution is far worse than killing.
Okay.
It's basically you compare the two and say one is worse than the other, or
Greater.
one is greater sin than the other.
Okay, good. All right, yeah, that's fine.
And then you have mushabbaha. There's one example which is fa'ilun, and that's similarity but longevity, and that's mostly duration, so it's always merciful.
Good.
And the last one is mubalaga, and there's two examples that we must learn. That's fa'ilun and fa'alu, and that is hyperbolic or intensive, and it basically exaggerates, and it could be most merciful.
Yes, good. Mumtaza. Good. Alhamdulillah. I feel like you've understood the meanings. So if you just make some effort in memorizing the patterns, and you'll be fine, inshallah. Ustad Aisha, are you in a position to have a go? I think it's just you left. Where's the chat?
No, I'm here, Ustad.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
Anyway,
Shall I move on the screen?
No, leave it on the screen. So I have memorized it, but
That's why I asked. I know you previously memorized this.
I memorized it so much, but I'll just do it. I'm so tired. First is ismu fa'il, is dua, subject, no time frame, and it's mostly fa'ilun pattern. And ismu maf'ul is the object where the action is being done to. And most common one is maf'ulun. And the other two is also used, but most common is maf'ulun. Ismu zaman and makan is ismu zarf, indicating time and place. And ismul ala is tools and instruments, mif'alun and mif'alatun. Ismu tafdil is haf'alu, comparative and superlative, where we compare one to the other. I didn't say any of the example. Okay, this one I'll say. This one you can say ahsanu amala. So which one is best in amal?
So key point here, though, when you're comparing, what do we look for? It's not just simple comparing, is it?
No, comparing and superlative, comparative and superlative both.
Yeah, good.
And sifat mushabbaha is similarity but longevity. Here, when we say Kareemun, Rahimun, so Allah is always merciful. I find the other one is like Nasirun, Allah is always helping, always help.
Yep.
And the next one is Ismu Mubalaga. This is like the intensive one, and hyperbolic or intensive. Patterns are quite a few here. Fa'ilun, fa'alun, fa'alu, rahmanu, ghafarun, ghafurun, rahimun, malikun. So this is intense. Like, how do I make an example? He's always
yes.
merciful.
Yes. But not always. That's
sifat mushabbaha.
Yes. Not always.
That's the longevity. But he is merciful.
You can say most merciful.
Most merciful, yeah.
Because if you're saying just merciful, it's not it's ordinary, if that makes sense.
Or, yeah. No. If it's intensive, yeah, it's most merciful.
No. Intensity, yeah. Good. Alhamdulillah. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move it off the screen, and so I want I think most people know the patterns, but I just want to make sure you can say it without looking. Since you've got the mic still, Ustad Aisha, if you can say the headings without looking, and I'm just going to want to do this quickly and go through everyone, inshallah.
The heading.
Yeah.
فاعل مفعول ظرف على مشبه صفات مشبهة مبالغة sorry تفضيل المبالغة.
Is that the order we memorized?
Did I say wrong way around?
Do it again.
Okay.
فاعل مفعول ظرف على.
Yeah, تفضيل صفات مشبهة and مبالغة.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. Good. I want people to say if you say it again without any hesitation, please.
Who, me?
Yes.
Okay. فاعل مفعول ظرف على تفضيل صفات مشبهة اسم المبالغة.
Okay, again, please.
فاعل مفعول ظرف على اسم تفضيل صفات مشبهة اسم المبالغة.
Alhamdulillah, I knew you could do it. Alhamdulillah, good. Okay, I wanna I think Sister Fawzia, I know you know this. If you can just do the heading just quickly, and then I'll go for each person.
فاعل مفعول ظرف على تفضيل مشبهة مبالغة.
MashaAllah. See, that's how I want it.
Yeah.
Let's see who's next. Sanika. Okay, later, no problem. Let's see, Sister Nada. Sister Nurjan, try again, please, without looking. Oh, you did actually. I think you corrected it. Oh, you can't speak. Okay, no problem. Sister Lubna.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Yeah. What do I have to do? I'm sorry, I was a little
No
away.
problem. Just all of the ism mushtaq, the 7. Just say the headings.
All of the ism mushtaq you want me to say?
Yeah, all 7.
Okay. It's اسم الفاعل اسم المفعول اسم الظرف اسم الأعلى اسم التبديل اسم المشبهة and اسم المبالغة.
Okay, Mumtaza, just a small correction. It's صفة مشابهة, okay?
Oh, صفة
صفة
مشبهة.
مشابهة, yeah. And for us to remember, we suggest when it comes to memorization, you don't have to say the ism part, because apart from the 6th one, they're all ism. So فاعل مفعول ظرف على تفضيل صفة مشابهة مبالغة, like that.
Yeah, inshallah.
Easier.
Yeah, I wrote down صفة مشابهة, but
That's fine. I know it just comes out, no
yeah.
problem. But you did well, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Sister Selena, if you can, it's your turn now. If you can say them all.
اسم فاعل مفعول ظرف على تفضيل مشبهة مبالغة.
Sorry, is that again? I wasn't. I was reading the messages.
فاعل مفعول ظرف على مشبهة تفضيل مشبهة مبالغة.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So just to ensure that there's no confusion, is the 6th one is sifatu mushabbaha. But apart from that, that's fine. The reason I say that is I don't want you to get confusion, because all the rest are ism, whereas this one is sifatu mushabbaha. Okay. All right. Well done. All right. Alhamdulillah, the headings are done. Now we want.
Let me say again. I'll try to say fast.
Okay, go for it.
فاعل مفعول ظرف على تفضيل صفات مشبهة and مبالغة.
MashaAllah, that's it. That's how we want it. Alhamdulillah. Good. good. And Zakla for coming back. And Sister Nurjan, you've got it, alhamdulillah. Sister Rushnara, if you can correct yours. And now let's do each one with a pattern. And I'll start with Sister Fawzia. If you can say the pattern for just one pattern for each one. I know the first one's easy. Sister Fawzia, are you there?
Yes, Ustad.
Yes. If you can just, for each category, a pattern.
Ismu fa'il is pattern is fa'ilun.
Yes.
فاعل اسم مفعول is مفعول is مكتوب مقول is this مفعول pattern and اسم الظرف two type مكان or مكان place time and place is مخرج مدخل مسجد
There's just the pattern like maf'ilun, maf'alun. That's it. That's
مفعول
yeah.
مفعول مفعيل.
Good. Next.
اسم الآلة is مفتاح
So
مفتاح
I'd prefer the fa'ala. So that's fine. Miftahun is acceptable, but mif'alun is the actual pattern.
yes.
Yeah. An example would be miftahun. Okay.
اسم التفضيل is أفعل pattern and فعل pattern. صفات
Yes.
مشبهة is فاعل and اسم مبالغة is also فاعل غفار مالك.
Yes. Excellent. Who should I ask next? I know quite a few people are. I'm just looking at the messages. Okay. Sister Selina, can you have a go, please?
So for ism fa'il is fa'ilun. Ism maf'ul is maf'ulun. Ism zarf for time and place is maf'alun. Maf'ilun. For Allah is mif'alun and mif'alatun.
That's fine.
And tafdil is af'alu
Yes.
and fa'ula. For mushabbaha is fa'ilun and mubalaga. They're very similar. Both have got fa'ilun, but mubalaga also has fa'ilu. Fa'ilu. Fa'alu.
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 Yeah, that's fine. Okay, good. Jazakallah khair. Ustad Aisha.
فاعل مفعول مفعل and مفعلة I think yeah
Yes.
and then مفعل and then we come to متفضل تفضيل is أفعل
Yep.
أفعل yeah and صفة مشبهة is this one and مبالغة is فاعل both similar but مبالغة got other patterns as well فاعل and ملك
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
Do you say fa'ulun like ghafurun? Was that the example you gave?
No, I said فاعل.
Fa'alun. Okay, good. Yeah, that's fine. Alhamdulillah. I'm just looking at the message that Sanika, you would speak now. You said a bit late earlier on. You couldn't. If you can have a go, otherwise we'll move on.
Yes, I can now.
Yes, alhamdulillah. Good. If you can give an example of the pattern for each one.
Okay, اسم فاعل is فاعل. اسم
Yeah.
مفعول is مفعول. اسم ظرف is مفعل and مفعل.
Good.
اسم آلة is مفعل and مفعلة. اسم تفضيل is أفعل and فعل.
Good.
صفة مشبهة is فعيل and اسم مبالغة is فعيل فعال رحمن غفار غفور رحيم and ملك.
That's fine. Yeah. So just to make sure you pronounce it correctly, if you're saying fa'alun, make sure there's a shadda on the ayn, like غفار fa'alun. So okay, fa'alun. Okay. All right. Good. All right. I'm going to move on now because we've got some examples to go through. Dr. Muhammad, feel free to interrupt me if there's anything you want to focus or cover. But the next part, inshallah, is just kind of emphasizing what we just covered, but with examples. But what I want to do is make sure you've understood the patterns, and alhamdulillah, most of you understand the meaning. And inshallah, the reason I wanted to focus on that is the purpose of this to help us understand when we see in the Quran the meaning of it and how it's used. And through the examples, help you recognize them more easily, inshallah. So, Jazakumullah khair for participating and your patience. Okay. So for the remaining part of this lesson, we'll just go through examples and we'll see how the Ismul Mushtaq transforms. So you can see on the right-hand side, we have Madi verbs, and on the middle, so we have Madi on the right, and the middle, the Fa'il, Ismul Fa'il, and on the left is the Maf'ul, Ismul Maf'ul. What I did want to do actually was spend some time in studying the different forms they fall into, but because we spent so much time on the memorization, I'm not sure if we will do that. So we'll see how much we can do for now. So I'm going to start, then I'll ask you to continue. So for first one is for Madi is qara'a, which means he read, and we're familiar with this one. Madi qara'a, he read. And Ismul Fa'il is qariyun, qariyun. I suppose literal translation be reader. The Ismul Fa'il, qariyun. And Ismul Maf'ul is maqru'un. So it comes from qara'a, maqru'un. And that's telling us what is being read. Remember, this is why we're studying the meaning, maf'ul, what is being read. Yeah, next one is kataba, which means he wrote. And Ismul Fa'il is kitabun. Sorry, katibun, kitabun is book, but katibun is writer. So see how why the mad is important if you get in the wrong place. Like I just did, the meaning changes. Kitabun is a book, whereas katibun is writer. Ismul Fa'il. And notice the pattern, fa'ilun. Okay, this is what we're covering now. Look at the pattern, fa'ilun, katibun. And what is written, the Ismul Maf'ul is maktubun. See the pattern, maf'ulun, maktubun.
Ustad, shall we read about it?
Yes, please, yes. I just want to show, start off because there's more. So yes, Zaklai, thank you. You can start, continue, please.
Okay, so you've done two.
Now.
Okay. Madi is Sami'a, he had, and Sami'un is listener. It is Mufa'il, and masmu'un, what is heard. So we started, he heard, then sami'un is listener, then that's ismu fa'il, and when we go to ismu ma'ful, it is masmu'un, what is heard.
No.
Shall I do another one?
Yes, please.
Okay. Qala, he said, qa'ilun, the speaker who is talking. And this is ismu fa'il, and ismu ma'ful is maqulun, what is being told.
Yep.
Okay.
Good. Jazakallah khair. Let's see who do I go to next. Sister Lubna, can you do the next two?
Okay. Sarrafa, right?
No.
Yes, Sarrafa is Madi, he changed, and Musarrifun is Ismul Fa'il, and the one who changed. So the one who's changer.
The
one
changer, yeah. No.
who, and Musarrafun, what is being changed, and this is Maf'ul. What is being changed is Maf'ul.
Yep. Good. Now, do you notice anything compared to the previous ones here?
The top one, you mean?
Yeah, compared to the previous ones, do you notice anything with this one? I'll give you a clue. Verb forms.
Verb forms, yes.
Yeah, this from file to file to maf.
No, from 1 to like that, yeah.
Yeah, what form is this?
This is form is maf'ul is
Ustad Aisha?
Form 2.
Form 2.
Yeah.
Form 2, yeah. Fa'ala.
This is
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. That's why, if you notice, the fa'il, ismul fa'il, is musarrifun. Because the previous, this is why we spent so much time on lesson, was it 12? With all the patterns, this is where it's coming in.
And the above is form 1 and form
file is in 2, right? File. Form 2.
From form 2, it starts with mu.
Yeah, so if you look at musarrifun, so the point I'm trying to make is if you look at the previous the fa'ilun pattern, right? Qari'un, katibun, sami'un, qa'ilun is the fa'ilun pattern. But because there's a different form, musarrifun, it's not. Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make. So that's why, the knowledge of the previous lesson comes in. Yeah.
Musarrifun, yeah. Musarrifun is
ism fa'il, musarrafun is ism maf'ul. Do you remember? This is why we're memorizing those patterns. This is where it comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Do you want to do the next one?
Okay. Okay. It is taqabbala. Madi. Mutaqabbilun is
what's the meaning of taqabbala?
He accepted.
Yes. Good.
Mutaqabbilun is the one who accepted it. I mean, ismul fa'il. And the mutaqabbilun, what is being accepted, and this is the maf'ul.
Yeah. So this is where the mad is important. Sorry, the haraka. Mutaqabbilun is ismul fa'il, but mutaqabbalun
is the one
maf'ul.
Accepted.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And what form pattern is this?
Mutaqabbilun is from 5.
Taqabbala.
Yeah.
Taqabbala, yeah.
Yes.
Taqabbala is
yes. Good.
From 5, okay.
Yes. Do you want to do one more? The last one?
Okay. Istansara. He asked for help. And this is Madi. Mustansirun is the one who asks for help. And this is fa'il, ismul fa'il. And mustansarun is ismul maf'ul, what is being asked for.
Good.
And this is form 10, I think. Mustansara.
Yes. Ista.
Yeah.
Good.
Mhm.
Alhamdulillah. Well done.
Jazakallah.
Well, yeah. Okay.
What's the time?
Yes, we've got about 20 minutes.
You would like to conclude the lesson today?
I don't think I will be able to.
Oh, it's a long lesson.
There's quite a lot left,
But,
which is why I
okay.
said you're welcome. I welcome you to interrupt me if there's something else.
No worry. You carry on the way you're going. It's good. Very good. Alhamdulillah. Carry on.
Are you gonna do some at the end or not?
If Dr. Mahmoud, if you want to cover something, I'm happy to pause
I
at
mean,
some point.
if it is in this stage, I would be doing the same thing, so it doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Continue, sir.
Yeah, continue. Keep last 10 minutes, 15 minutes anyway, if we can.
Okay, no problem.
Not much time anyway.
No problem, inshallah. So we've done ismu fa'il. So we've done fa'il and maf'ul. Now ismu dharf. So the two patterns for ismu dharf is maf'ilun and maf'alun, as you can see here. And what we just did a moment ago, if I can now ask Sister Rushnara, if you can do the first two. We'll do 2, 2, then 3. If you're able to speak, let me look at my chat. If you're not able to speak, I'll come back to Sanika. And Sister Nada, if you're able to speak, let me know.
Ustad, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
So, Ismul Maf'ul.
Yeah.
In the example above, it's got Maf'ulun, so it's got a waw in it. Is that right? So then when you've got the examples here, I'm just trying to see how the table works in my head. So if this table covers Madi, Fa'il, and then Maf'ul, the object.
Yeah.
So is this the way?
Why are they different pattern, right? That's the question, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's still Maf'ul.
That's what are different forms.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
Let me
covering
answer
the.
this question. Let me answer this question. It will be clear to everybody. You can see on the header it says F1, F2, F5, F10 means from 1 to 5, 10 are included in the examples here. Qara'a, 3-letter form 1. That's why it's maf'ulun pattern. Wow, we will always be there. Maf'ulun pattern, makru'un, maktubun, masmu'un, maqwulun. Okay, now there is a spelling mistake here. Okay, maqwulun. Ain is missing here. Okay, maqwulun. So can you see this first 4 same maf'ulun pattern? They're form 1. And as soon as musarrafun comes, that's form 2. You already discussed it, sarrafa. Then mutakabbalun. Mutakabbalun, it's coming from form 5. You just learned it last week, few weeks. And the last one is mustansarun, form 10. That's why, form 1, it will be ma, Ustad Aisha mentioned. From form 2 to 10, Ismul Maf'ul and Ismul Fa'il and Ismul Maf'ul will be in the beginning. Moves. Okay? Helpful, sister?
Yes, thank you.
Good. Okay.
It's a good question.
Good question.
Good. Okay. Jazakallah khair. Let's continue. Who did I call? I've forgotten now. Okay, I think Sister Nada is not available. Sanika, if I can ask you to do the first two. Let me look at the chat,
Okay, if they are not available, Ustad, I'll read
please.
because you're running out of time.
Yeah,
So this one hasn't
we do
been read.
Ismu Dharf. We haven't done Ismu Dharf yet.
Okay, so Ismul Zarf, which is time and place. Kharaja means he got out, and makhrajun is the place where you go out, exit. And shariba, he drank, is a madi, and mashrabun, the drinking place. So that's the place where you get the drink. And shariba is he drank, it's a simple madi.
Good. I'm going to ask Sister Selina to do next two, please. Jazakallah khair.
This
You're doing from Dakhala.
Dakhala. And make a note of the pattern for the pattern
start from Dakhala.
Dakhala, na'am, yes.
Dakhala is he entered. So that's
the Maudi.
Madi, and then you do the maf'ul.
and then there's Madkhalun.
Yeah, Madkhalun.
Madkhalun, which is the place, entrance.
Yeah,
Is that right?
that's the Ismu Dharf. Oh, yes, the Ismu Makan, the place.
Yeah.
Next one.
And then there's Tabka. He cooked.
Tabaqa.
Tabaka. He cooked, and then the actual kitchen is matbakun.
Yes, matbakun.
Kitchen.
Maf'alun. Yeah.
Yeah. So all of these four are following the maf'alun pattern. That's the point here. If you notice, kharaja, makhrajun follows the maf'alun pattern. Likewise with the last one, tabakha, matbakhun is maf'alun pattern. That's the key point here, yeah? And now with these ismu dharf, you're seeing which Maudi root word is coming from. Very good. Sister Lubna, can you do the next three, please?
Okay.
For the maf'ilun pattern.
Okay. Maf'ilun pattern is Zarf. The sajada, he prostrated, and masjidun is the mosque, masjid where he prostrated. And sharaqa, it rose, and mashriqun is where the sun rises. And
It can also mean east.
East, yeah. Gharaba, it's set. Maghribun, west, and where the sun sets.
Good. An additional point with mashriqun and maghribun, depending on the context, it can also in this example, it falls under the category of harf. Ismu dharf, but it's to do with place, right?
Yeah.
Makan. But these two words can also, depending on the context, fall under Ismu Zaman. Like Maghrib, we know it can be time for Maghrib as well, right?
That's true.
So yeah, but for this example, just for your additional additional information. But
right, very good. Jazakallah.
Well, yeah, alhamdulillah. Dr. Huda, sorry, yes, Ustad Aisha.
No, I was just reminding you, this is only less than 15 minutes now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to pause here. We'll continue the remainder of the lesson next time. I just want to pass to Dr. Mohammed for now.
Can you see my screen?
Nope, I'll stop sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can see a screen.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Brothers and sisters, it's definitely one of the hardest lesson. But as we always say, if you take the pain now, life will be better, easier later. But our objective is to learn the Quranic language, the grammar. Alhamdulillah, we are moving forward. And all it needs now, the way it has been taught to you, Alhamdulillah, brilliant. But this is not how this is normally are taught in other places. And I even doubt in many places it's not covered at all. Why? Because of this experience you are going through. So we don't want to keep this difficult time for you to have later when you have the Quranic sentences. So there is a purpose, and with your perseverance and with your hard work, you will have a great time later when you are going through the Quranic verses, inshallah. All these are coming in tons. Ismul Tafdil, Sifat Mushabbaha, Ismul Mubalagha, of course, Ismul Fa'il Maf'ul, Zarf, Ala, very, very less. Okay, it's fine. But Zarf is used a lot. I believe Zarf, you are okay, inshallah. Right, so we have done up to here. And Ustad will be starting next class from Sulala Tafdil. So I would like to just give you a little idea in advance about Ismul Tafdil so that you become very, very good in this, inshallah. So what you have to remember, these are the two main patterns. Af'alu, fu'la. Superlative, comparative. Can anybody tell me what's the difference between af'alu and fu'la? Quickly, what's the difference? Are the two different?
Afalu is comparison and Fola is superlative, I think.
Good guess, but no. Any other idea quickly? Huh? One is masculine, one is feminine.
Oh.
Okay. One is muzakkar, one is muannas. And trust me, Fula pattern are used quite a lot. And when it comes, people remain silent. They don't want to do this. But I want you to identify that. And on that point, I have just, while the class was going on, alhamdulillah, I have prepared some example to show you. Okay? Just on Fula pattern. What is Fula? Ismu Tafdil. Okay? And
Yeah.
it is feminine. So I wouldn't go into all meanings. I'll just show the example. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Amma man a'ta wattaqa. Then wasaddaqa bil husna. Remember, you get this quite often. Bil husna. This husna, Fula. Can you see Fula? So as soon as you see, unlike other students, inshallah, you observe Fula, it means it is saying something better or best, something like that, right? So Ahsanu means most beautiful. Okay? So I wouldn't go into the meaning now. So this is one example. Next one is Akbaru. You say Ahsanu is masculine, Husna is feminine.
Feminine.
Akbaru is masculine. You get a lot of this. And then Kubra. Fula. Can you see? Fula. Can you see? Fula. Kubra. Sugra. Like that, okay? Ula. Ula, get this point. It is not comparison, but there is a comparison sense there. It means the first, the former. Compared to all others, it is the first one. So it's a quality. It's the best quality. It's the first one, formal one. Do you get this? So ula is also fu'ula pattern, ismu tafdil. Now, ulya, ala means high, to be high, okay? Raised high. So ulya is the fu'ula pattern. Fu'la, okay? Then it is kuswa, farthest. Farthest means very far, the most far. Okay? So kuswa is also ismu tafdil in fu'la pattern. Can you see? Okay? Ukhra, look at this. This is not best or worst. Ukhra, that was first, former. And this is another, last one, other one. Ukhra, this is also ismu taqdir. This is also a position, either best or last, first or last. This is also an ismu taqdir. Okay? Then sufla. Sufla is the lowest. Lowest. Asfala safilin, suratin. Okay? Sufla, fu'ula pattern, ismu tafdil, lowest. And then finally, tuba, again, most blessedness, most excellence. Okay, I just wanted to show you the example that this exists. How would you not learn this? And these are a lot like this. And I'm absolutely right, I think, that these are not described. It doesn't need to be described. But when you do the meaning translation, when you know the grammar, or the way we are learning, alhamdulillah, it will make a big difference. It will make a big difference in your command on the verse, inshallah. So fu'la pattern is very interesting and difficult. But why is it difficult? Just think about fu'la pattern. Af'alu, fu'la, masculine, feminine, ismu tafdil, mashallah. And these are feminine version, okay? If you go through this, you will see there is some reason for this to be feminine, okay? Inshallah. So that one I wanted to say, and then when you come to the end of this, these are all af'alu pattern, okay? These are all ismu tafdil, af'alu pattern, akbaru, aqrabu, ahsanu, ahkamu, arhamu, bi-ahkamil hakimin, okay? Aktharu, khairun, familiar. These are used a lot. Ismu tafdil, sifat mushabbaha, ismul mubalagha. We'll learn in this way with example as well, inshallah, okay? But you have to show interest, you have to do the work for our next task. Whatever has been taught today, you need to really practice it. Because this is one-time learning, one time. You are not going to learn this. Again, we don't want you to. So do this forever, inshallah, and keep these files ready. There will be slight changes. I will be adding some examples. I'll give the final file once you finish, but we will go through this in this way. Any question? Any question? Do you feel a little bit better now? What we are doing is important to do.
Yes.
You have to know it properly, fully, inshallah. Sister Nada, you there?
She said she won't be able to talk now.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Are you still frustrated or a little bit feeling better?
Yeah, it's okay, stop.
It's okay.
Because we know already, we know when we see them what they are, but explaining them with their patterns and rules, it looks like you're teaching something.
But you have made some progress on that. Is that right?
Yes,
I'm not saying
alhamdulillah.
there's
Yes,
no
of course.
Alhamdulillah, good.
Yeah, this is some advanced knowledge, of course.
Yes.
If I may say, Sister
I'm
Nada,
not expecting everybody will be absolutely, at the end of this lesson, you will be like
Inshallah.
flying. No, I'm not expecting that. But give your attention do what we ask you, and then inshallah, the future will be very, very enjoyable, inshallah. And when you teach anything
Inshallah.
on these matters, inshallah, you will be very good teacher, inshallah. Any question to us so far?
No, not really. Jazakallah khair for your knowledge.
Let me just see the names here. Okay, Sister Sadika, Sister Roshonara, Sister Nurjahan, I want some feedback from you. How do you feel? I know I was there. We all were there before, and we felt the same, what you are feeling, but we're trying to make it better. Is it working? I'm not saying we have finished, you are going to be perfect from tomorrow, no. But have you made progress on this matter, on this subject? Please talk, and also in the chat box, yeah?
And just around respond to Sister Nada, I mean, be patient with yourself. This is the first time you're doing the course. A lot of the content is new to you, so give yourself time. Some students need to repeat this, more than once. So if you were to do this a second time, you feel much more comfortable. And remember, our goal is to create teachers, which is why we're teaching this. So if you need to, obviously you're going to complete, inshallah, with the help of Allah.
They don't have to pay twice, you tell them stuff.
Well, if our payment is dua, I want more than that.
Oh, we want multiple times.
Multiple times, yes.
Yes.
So yeah, don't worry, inshallah. And this is why we provide the material so you can watch the recording, go through the PDF, and we will cover this course again. And we recommend studying it twice, and so you're better equipped, inshallah.
Good. Comments from others?
Can I ask another question?
Yes.
So you know, Ismul Jar, you have the two tables. The second column set is Makan, which is the place. Is the first one time?
Which one? This one, this chart, this one, sister?
Yeah.
It should tell you whether it's place or time. Okay. Kharaja, he got out, he left, he went out. Which exit, which place he went out. So it's a place, Makan. I think they're all Makan, except the last two is Makan as well as Zaman.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the two columns there? It's just what is most common and what is less common in the Quran.
No, that's at the top, the heading, that's just repeating what we learned earlier on. So the column on the right is the Maudi, with the root word, where it came from. The Ismul Dharf came from the words on the right. So Makhrajun came from Kharaja. That's what we're
Quranic Tajbeed, Makhraj. Where the sound, the place the sound is coming out through. That's Makhraj. So it's a Makan, right? Shariba, to drink, okay? Mashrabu, where you find the drink, for example.
The drink from
place. Dakhala, entry, okay? Madkhal, through which the gate, the place, location, you enter. Place, Makan. Kitchen, he cooked, and where he cooks, where cooking takes place is matbahun, Makan. Mosque, sajada, masjid is the same. Only last two. We didn't include any. You want us to include that? We will do that. No, okay. You have to pay extra for that.
Just wanted to make sure. So the first one is about Mahdi, where the word comes from, the root, and then the second column is about the actual Makan, place.
Yes.
Ismul Dharf, yes.
Yeah, from Kharaja, Makhrajun, Shariba, Mashrabu, Tabaha, Mazbahu. So this is derived from this verb. Okay? This is derived noun. This is Ismul Mustaq. It must be coming out of something. Okay? Makhrajun, ismu zarf, ismu ala, all these are derived noun. Ismul mustaq. They have to come out of a verb. Root. Verb root. Okay? Okay, good. Next week, so we finish, inshallah. Next week, when we finish it, I would like to talk to you. If you obviously do well, and if I see you are ready to take the information, which I'm going to share, this is a myth. This is a puzzle. This is a, what do you call it? An issue which has been being debated since the invention of Quranic Arabic grammar, Arabic language grammar. The fighting argument and opinion after opinion is one opinion, all words come out of var. All words, root is var. This is one opinion. And it came from the first expert. Remember this name, respectful, Sibawayh. He is the first person to really code the Quranic Arabic grammar. He is the one invented Nahu and Sarf. And it came from him that all the words are coming from var. Then another expert group, over a period of 40 years, they were just arguing, debating, and trying to come to a common agreement. But the second group said, no. All the words come from Masdar. And I'm sure many of you heard about this. So it's a puzzle. It's a problem. And it has never been officially resolved. But there is a most acceptable way of explaining it, which I would like to talk to you. It's a one-page little discussion. And you understand why? Because including me and Ustaz Sadiq and everybody else, we have been carrying this as uncertainty because it has been not been officially resolved. But what I'll be sharing with you, with evidence and everything, you will be happy and you will be feeling better. You will not be feeling really frustrated anymore. So that is also important, okay? So this is something I have. If I feel appropriate, inshallah, we will do that. It's a part of this chapter as well. Ustad, you can conclude.
Yes, just want to remind everyone what we covered at the beginning of the lesson is the Ismul Mushtaq. We covered the patterns and the meaning. So please go over them again so you remember them. So for most of you, it's in your short-term memory. And we want it to go into your long-term memory to make it easier for you later. So yeah, please make an effort for that before the next lesson, and we will want to conclude this lesson on Tuesday, and that's the goal, inshallah. So
they should study all these pages and come back full radio stuff.
Inshallah, Jazakallah khair. Yes, please do study as we always say. It just makes it easier. I would have liked to have concluded, but because we had to spend extra time doing your homework in the class, we're not able to finish that. But it's not a problem. Our philosophy, we don't want to just steam ahead and leave you behind. But your cooperation is really important. So please strive, continue persevering, and make dua for each other and us. With that, let's conclude. Barakallahu fikum. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.